இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஃபார்முலா 2020ல 22ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ரேஸ் போறோம். ரேஸ் வைப்ரேட் மோட் போடுறேன். வைப்ரேட் மோட் ஆன் பண்ணல. கைஸ் பாக்குறீங்களா? மறக்காம லைக் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. तुम्हें ஒரு ரேஸ் போயிடலாம். ஓகேவா? கைஸ் பாக்குறீங்கன்னா மறக்காம லைக் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. चले घर चले घर चले घर.
The crowd are here and it's brilliant to see them lining the track here in Albert Park. It's going to be a fantastic day of racing. Welcome everybody to the Australian Grand Prix. Here we are then at the Albert Park circuit. 3.28 miles of bumpy city streets, but not a lot in the way of elevation changes. The circuit goes all the way around the lake, taking in 14 corners and DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. They'll offer our drivers a number of good opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position. Edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, and a warm welcome, of course, to my co-commentator here today. It's Natalie Pinkham. Now let's talk about Sergio Perez.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position. Are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? I'm also looking forward to seeing the different strategies in play today. Those who are starting on the red marked soft tyre are going to have a little bit more grip early on, but they have to make it count before the degradation starts to set in.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Allah. நாலாவதா நிக்கிறேன்.
time penalty for that last incident, mate.
போயிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். நைன்த் பிளேஸ் இன்னும் 2 லேப் தான் இருக்குது. நீ 10வது பிளேஸில் போயிட்டுருக்கிறா காத்து, 11வது பிளேஸில் போயிட்டுருக்குறா. Thank you. Final lap today.
The gap between you and the car behind is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job. Now gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds.
வாடா 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 பத்தி செகண்ட் செகண்ட் குட்டி வாடா 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 I am the dragon,
And that's the end of the race. See who comes there, mate.
Yeah. Kisar bro, hi bro, Kisar bro.
And a fantastic victory.
வாங்க வாங்க Kisar bro, வாங்க வாங்க எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
What do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today.
Number 7 place.
You can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
புதுகேம் bro, ஆமா bro.
Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out there on track today, even by his high standards.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
மூணாவதா வந்துட்டு இருக்கிறேன் நானு. இந்த இடத்துல நான் கீழே விழுந்துருவேன். அங்க இடிச்சேன் பாருங்க. இடிச்சுட்டு நான் எத்தனாவதா போயிட்டேன்? 20வதா போயிட்டேன். அப்புறம் 7வதா வந்தேன். அப்புறம் 7வதாவது மெயின்டைன் ஆகிட்டே இருந்தேன். இங்க ஒரு அப்படியே ஒரு தட்டு அடுத்து 6வது வந்தேன். அடுத்தது எந்த ட்ரெயினிங்க? அடுத்த ட்ரெயினிங் சாம அங்க பாரு என்ன அழுத்துறா. அங்க பாரு எத்தனை பேர் ட்ரெயின் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தா அப்படி ஒதுக்கிட்டு செகண்ட் பிளேஸ் வந்துட்டேன். செகண்ட் பிளேஸ்ல வந்து நம்ம கடைசியா பினிஷ் பண்ணோம். ஆனா அது 20ன்னு போகுது, என்ன கணக்கு? டைம் வந்து 18 செகண்டா? அது என்ன பாயிண்ட்? இது ஒன்றும் புரியலையே. நான் 2வதா வந்துட்டேன், ஆனா +18 ஓகே. ஆனா என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு தெரியல. ஓகே ப்ரோ, இது வந்து ஸ்டீம்ல தான் ப்ரோ, ஸ்டீம்ல தான் ப்ரோ. என்னையே 20வது பொசிஷன் காட்டுது, நான் செகண்ட் வந்தா கூட. கேம் நேம் வந்து F122 ப்ரோ. F1 22. F1 22.
Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long, and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc. And joining me once again in the commentary box today is, of course, former World Endurance Champion Anthony Davidson. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And of course, it's looking very close here today. A lot's going to be riding on those first few corners, and then the question becomes who can manage their tyres so they're in a better position to push hard towards the end.
ஓ
Russell's in first place. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.6 seconds. Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to seize that position or we'll receive a penalty. Right, you've been pushing your luck on track limits too much. Give a 3-second penalty. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
டேய்
Now gap behind is 1.8 seconds. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here we are then, a phenomenal Miami Grand Prix, and what a great show of skill from our race winners today. After an some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony,
It's my long
just the person I wanted to see. I'm Andrea. I'm head of the R&D for the team. To get used to hearing a lot from me. Your workstation is set up and ready for you. To get settled in, because we have a lot of work to do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And welcome to the team.
வைப்ரேட் ஆகும் தெரியுமா? சொல்றேன்.
Hello folks and welcome to Paddock Pass, your pre-race edition for this, the inaugural round of the 2022 Formula One World Championship. And I've got to say, it feels great to be back. As is tradition, there is something of an air of a first day back at school on arrival here. But it's more than that, because the new era of Formula One has arrived. And with it, the eagerly anticipated new car regulations which have been designed to help promote better racing. With clean sculpted lines, swooping rear and front wings which should allow cars to follow each other more closely, eye-catching 18-inch low-profile tyres, the return of ground effect, and a reduction of aerodynamic physical performance, the new cars look strikingly different, all while improving safety and pushing the limit of technical ingenuity. So then, which teams have interpreted the rules more effectively and pushing the limits of adapt to their needs are the quickest, leading the charge? Which teams have interpreted the rules more effectively and pushing the limits of adapt to their needs? As always, I wait to this season. For now, as always, wait to
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier you will be. It's the first time the car has run since winter testing.
Hello. Hello, hello. 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 Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, track's green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to 10 and get yourself in the zone.
Sound is click வருதா பாரு. சரி bro. ரியலா இருக்கும். வால்யூம் வச்சுக்கிறேன். சவுண்டு நாய்ஸ் ரொம்ப இதாக வரும். சவுண்டு ஒரு கேம் சவுண்ட் எப்படி இருக்கு? சத்தம் வருதா பாரு. உன்கிட்ட தான் கேட்குறேன், அதை ஒன்று பாருன்னா பார்க்க மாட்டேங்கிற. ஹலோ ஹலோ, கேட்கலாம் இல்லைல்ல? நல்லா இருக்குல்ல? ஓகே.
This is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
And with the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Verstappen, Perez, and Lando Norris. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One. No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best, of course, at turn 1, and then another soon after into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into that tight left-hander of turn 10. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, and Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Perez, and Yuki Tsunoda, Bottas, Vettel, Pierre Gasly, and Zhou, Latifi, Albon, Mick Schumacher, and Lance Stroll. A Ferrari, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. So here we are in 2022 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here, the start of the next generation of Formula One. With the end of the second turbocharged era, a new dawn begins. New regulations have been brought in to promote better racing. with the two big standout changes being the wheel size increase and the aerodynamics on the car itself. But will this result in us having a repeat fight for the Driver Championship? Will Mercedes retain their Constructors' title? We have lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let's hope for some good racing today as well. We can't know at this point how competitive the teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody's able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
far. another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. Red Bull are... So let's review the updated driver's standings. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Guan Yu Zhou's my driver of the day. I was impressed by his strong performance throughout the event.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
ஏய் ஒழுங்கா போ.
Ace, Adams, Ahmed, Alexander, Amazonian. King, Kyle,
Thank you. I need a moment. Nice. Very nice. We did it. 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 Yahoo!
Last match. Hey.
Practice sessions are vital for the continuing development of the car. But if you need to, you can use quick practice to direct the session instead. It won't be as effective as having you behind the wheel yourself, but it's better than missing the session entirely.
We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the Lower Hejaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, and Joe, Verstappen, Gasly, Hamilton, and Yuki Tsunoda, Perez, Albon, Sebastian Vettel, and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Latifi, Kevin Magnussen, and Lance Stroll, a Ferrari, and Mick Schumacher. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1. A bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
so.
நான் லாக் ரேஸ் வரேங்கிறேன், அப்புறம் லாப் பண்ணிட்டுறேன். அதான் ஒரு 2 லேப்ஸ்.
effort from the team and a magnificent drive to secure victory here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I'd say it was down once again to good consistent driving, nailing the corners, working
வந்துட்டேன்னு சொன்னேன் இப்பதான் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வரேன் நான் ஒரு கடகடனா சொன்னேன் கட் பண்ணிட்டு முடியுமா
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. So let's review the driver's standings. Charles Leclerc assumes the lead in the standings after today's outstanding result. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, for me it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
ஓகே கைஸ் லைவ் முடிச்சுக்கிறேன் மீண்டும் நாளை சந்திப்போம் until then bye from உங்கள் M3M bye to see you all